Okay.
I'm gonna.
Remember, guys, let your legs high. Let your legs high. Higher than a regular step. I always tripped over that when I was a kid, man. Came on a tour to Lexington when I was like in 4th grade.
Ow. That was me.
We're not already rats in this boat.
Anybody here with this?
I feel heaviness right there.
Yes.
That's what made me stop. Okay, where did these people go?
This is where if you want to
Lay down.
sleep, go get. Yeah.
Where did these guys go?
This one.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah, right here.
Oh, there you are. We're gonna wait up for you guys.
I just felt something up there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
In the dark space?
in that dark corner.
Walking up the stairs.
This is gonna kill me.
This is where we heard the.
Okay, men's head is in there.
Okay.
Watch your head as you go up.
Watch your head as you go up, guys. Where's Mike and Josh?
Okay, this is where you came up.
Right.
Okay, so if you can find your way, go from the galley going forward or the mess decks, and then right at the, do a left right there, come up the ladder, go around and go straight out in this direction, go up one more ladder and you'll come out right here.
Okay.
This little area will get dark when the sun goes down. So kind of watch yourself as you You want to put that planner on here, play that 40s music later on.
Okay. Mike, did anything happen in that area?
Did anything happen?
Anything as far as...
Are you looking up there too?
yes.
Because I am. I'm drawn to that area.
I'm drawn right there to that area. Something, anything, any incidents?
That I don't know. I don't. Now I know that one of the guys came through here one time and he saw a black shadow go to that ladder and go up.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm getting something over here.
Looks like it would be a important place. What was the purpose of that room up there?
That's an electrician.
Se apagó esta cosa, Mike.
That guy was busy, I'm sure.
I'll just, no, I'll just hit it. Got it. We got it recording again. I just couldn't, I had to ask. Rita, Rita, I just had to ask because I just got drawn right there.
Yeah, me too.
Alice was back in there.
Ever since we first came this way, yeah.
I'll do this. Oh, it's starting to feel fresh over here.
I have Tylenol.
And yeah, we have a lot of.
Careful with your step. It smells like donuts in here. It smells
It
good.
smells like everything in here.
I smell all
Bunch
Danish.
of old guys in here. I look really sorry to get the girls to bring us homemade stuff. So.
We're not
Old guy.
I know, right?
I'll be making coffee. It'll be right here. You'll have cups down in here, and you can. There's cream and sugar. So feel free to come on in and get some coffee. One other thing. Last Sunday, that was our very first formal investigation. I've had my K2 meter in here many times and never got a thing. Okay. The group that was in here, we were sitting around here. I was showing them the K2 meter. That went off lights all the time, and it never stopped. I think one of the guys was a medium or sensitive. Anyway, you're welcome. We have a refrigerator in here. If you want to put something in there, that's fine. I've got my lunch in there. So we also have an ice machine, and I've got an ice chest, and we can get ice, and you guys can have ice down in there. You can take some of these cups down in there if you want to. Okay. So this is the volunteer lounge, so you guys are welcome to come and turn it on next coffee.
Hey, deal.
Any questions? You see, it's pretty easy to get to. Okay?
Yeah.
But you go to the other areas, it's going to be a down and around and up and over, and might get lost a little bit. Questions?
Okay.
Yes.
Any questions, guys?
Has anything ever happened in this room that you know of? Has anyone had any experiences or started?
Like I said, the K2 meter thing last Sunday was the biggest thing. Because I've had this my K2 meter in here many times, all up and down in here, and never had it go off once. But there were 5 of us sitting in here, and I just got to pass the K2 meter around, showed them what it did, told them what it did, and all that. And the first guy that touched it, and I can't remember who it was, he said, "Hey, look at this." And the lights were going on and off. And I'm like, "Oh, that's something." And as he passed it around, the lights would go all the way to the red sometimes. So, and sometimes they get bright. And I could only say that it was, whoever it was that was in there had a lot of energy. They were using energy. Because sometimes it just kind of flickers and goes back and forth. And I've got 2 mag lights that I like to use for questions, yes and no questions, and stuff like that. I haven't got it to work yet. But I haven't taken it back after I really want to go and take the list of names and go back and see what's for it. Any questions?
I'm fine to go. Good to go.
How many people have passed away in this ship? All in all.
320 passed away during World War II were killed in battle in World War II. 5 were killed during the 1989 attack. Crash. There was an aircraft crash up on the flight deck. I can't tell you exactly how many, but there's been others that have died from. The 320 includes the 9 in the torpedo attack. Okay. The 59 in the kamikaze attack. Okay. So there's a lot more that died from strafing, from near misses, and things like that. Plus pilots that died. There's been a few pilots accidents during World War II that died. Okay, but I haven't found their names yet, so I don't really know for sure. That's one of those things I gotta still research. But at least 320 people that we know of died.
By any chance, do you know if there are any like friendly fire type deaths? Someone accidentally died because of one of their buddies, or someone on the ship, another soldier, might have accidentally done something wrong, and because of cleansing.
Nobody really knows that, because you don't have friendly fire on an aircraft carrier. It's just an accident. There was a girl that was killed down in the power shop where we've gotten EVPs. We think her name is Alice. One of the guys got an EVP and asked to run. He got the name Alice. And we know that there was a woman that got killed. She was an electrician, and she got electrocuted down there in the power shop because that's where they repair all the motors and everything. So, who knows?
And this is documented that this woman passed away on this ship?
No.
So,
That's the problem, is that the stories have gone around and they've been validated by former crewmen that have come back and taken tours. I've taken some of the guys that were former crewmen down to exactly to where they used to berth at. You know, the guy said, oh yeah, that was mine right here, and I lived over here, and I took him down to his shop, and he was telling me where things were at, and he went over and showed me where these things were at, which told me he knew what he was talking about. And then he would say, well, so-and-so died over here, and this guy got killed doing this, and that sort of thing, you know. But as for names, most times you can't remember names. And ship's records are hard to get. Again, quartermasters are probably, there's a lot of stuff. The diagrams that you see, like up in here and on the DC plates, they are current. Like I say, it's ABT-16 when the ship was a training carrier. World War II diagrams, I don't know where they're at, but I'm working on trying to locate them. Okay? So we can see the configuration of the carrier during its World War II days. And I've got a small plain one, but it's not very detailed. And I use that to find where the original sick bay used to be. And I can take you down there too, to the original sick bay. And then the 1955 it was renovated and put up just above the galley.
And where would the morgue be found in there?
I haven't found the morgue yet.
You
But
haven't found the morgue.
last Sunday there was a woman who was from the USS Hornet in San Francisco, and she asked me about it. And she says, well, I've never been to ours, but I know where it is. And somewhere aft of the forward engine room. And she says, you got to find the access down to it. And I said, I'm going to have to find that access to it. So she told me it was just the compartment in front of it, and it's where they used to keep the meat, because they didn't have a morgue. There was World War II did not have a morgue. They used the meat lockers, okay, which used nitrogen to cool everything down in there. And even in modern days, when they put the sick bay up here, they used meat lockers. They didn't have a morgue per se, you know, because that would have been a wasted space. Okay, they didn't have a whole lot of people that died. World War II would have been a different thing, with 320 people that died. Okay, but you're not talking that many in modern times. So, as far as I got to find a morgue. Something I got to do. Or the meat. I know where some of the meat storage is at, and I'm pretty sure I know where she was talking about. So I just have to go down there and find it.
Can you lead us in that direction tonight?
Yeah, I can take you down there. Maybe you can go down there and try and find it. Sure. I'll have to see what kind of entrances we got.
Okay.
Do you know the ship in and out right now?
Over the years, I have. I do the hard hat tours. I got one Saturday, as a matter of fact. Hard hat is behind the public displays, and we go into a lot of places that are not open to the public but are still safe. That's about a 3 to 4 hour tour.
Wow.
And we take them from the top of the ship down to the very bottom of the ship, from the stern to the aft, or the stern to the bow. And in order to do that, we use the DC plates, the damage control plates, which are big diagrams. I'll show you them, and they're out there on the deck. And there's over 4,000 compartments on the ship.
Wow.
And I mean over 4,000 compartments on the ship. So there's a lot of things that have changed over the years. From World War II, it was in storage. I told her not to call me. Cell phones normally won't work. Up here, you'll get a little bit.
Yeah.
When you get down below, they don't work. No signal.
What about radios? Will a radio
I'm gonna take 3 radios, and one will go to each pair of you, wherever you go to, or if you want to singly, you can go, but that's gonna be up to you. But these are the only radios that we can communicate. They're very,
I was gonna ask you, Mike,
We go all through the
if we
ship.
could get like 4, because we're gonna have the 3 teams going out and one person is gonna be staying where the monitor is gonna be, so we can view the cameras.
Okay, sure.
So if we could get 4,
Mhm.
so that way we can get in contact
Yeah,
with each other.
you can do that.
By radios, I meant AM, FM radios. Do those get signals still inside
No.
the ship? Okay, so a spirit box would be really good for that because they sweep channels. So if you're not getting any signal down here, then there's less chance for contamination.
Yeah, that's
So
right. Voice boxes just go
SP7 spirit
They-
boxes.
they
So you
don't
just
pick
get the
up.
white noise.
Yeah, very rarely do. Sometimes you will get a signal, but it's, I don't know where it comes from.
You guys got spirit boxes, right? There's at least one here I saw.
Yeah. It's,
And I've got mine. I've got a spare box.
Okay. Anything else, guys?
Any other questions? Okay, so now you know where the coffee's gonna be.
yes.
Okay.
We know where to get wired up.
No
But-
decaf.
Absolutely.
Caffeine.
Okay.
Thank you.
What do you wanna do now?
Just get the static cameras
You
up.
wanna start setting up
Set up.
static cameras?
Yeah, let's start, because, or should we go eat first and then set them up? What do you think?
It's up to you. What do you're hungry?
Let's go get something to eat, so that way
Okay, let's do
we
that.
set it up and we
Alright.
just get started.
Okay, awesome.
Because it's getting late and we don't wanna be doing this in the
How
middle
long
of
do
the
you
night.
guys do you think you'll wanna stay?
Probably till about 5, and by the time we get all the gear, it'll be about 6:30 by the time we get out. That way
Sounds good.
we'll say it till 5 and then we pick up all the gear.
So if you guys wanna leave earlier than that, that's fine. Let me get those radios.
Do you mind? I told you, I hit back, Rita.
He did warn me he missed that. It's like, hey, it's not me.
Did he go over the area where we have access? I mean,
He wants
We're gonna
to-
have access to pretty much anything. The only thing that we're not gonna have access is anything
where
that's
it's close.
anything that's dangerous or where it's closed off.
Okay, I got
If
it.
it's closed off, we don't have access.
There's multiple tour areas, so we can split up. One goes one tour.
One goes
area.
one
I
way,
think
it's a
there's
couple
like
floors.
A, B, C, D.
So that way.
We can turn off the Spanish line.